everyone, and welcome to today's video. If this is the first time you're seeing what I do here, my name is The Hermit Tarot and this is my tarot reading channel. In today's reading, we're going to be asking Spirit, what is next in love? I've handwritten some stuff here. If you want to see a more refined copy of this, I have it neatly typed in the description below. But I really wanted to do something lighthearted. The day that I'm filming this is March 2nd here in Australia, and so much is happening in the world. I can't dwell on it for too long or I just end up crying, but I wanted to bring love back into these spaces, and I don't want that to by any means be a disregard for what is happening in the world, for the hurt, for the pain, for the suffering. But, you know, I'm not a political person. I'm an activist and an advocate in my private life, but here on YouTube, I pretty much got where I am today by spreading love, compassion, honesty, and support. So I'm going to keep doing that while my heart sends so much love to the rest of the world. Oh my gosh, I didn't expect to cry. Let me collect myself. I'll be back. Alrighty, so I have to laugh because I'm trying to keep it light now. Now that I've said that, and now that I've sent my love and you know where I stand, what we're covering today is a what is next in love video, and I do have an extended reading as well. The extended readings are a wonderful way of supporting what I do here on YouTube, but you're more than welcome to just stay here if that's where you feel called to be. I appreciate your energy. I appreciate you for being here. To look at what is next in love for you, we'll be having a look at your energy towards love right now. We're also going to have a look at what is happening for you in love now and what is likely to happen next based on your current energy. This will be the most likely what is next in love for you. We'll close this YouTube reading with advice and a little spiel to wrap you up with love and to let you leave this space feeling protected, supported, and aware of how much energetic love and support you have around you. If all of that resonates, there will be the extended reading. We'll talk more about that once we get into your reading, but this information is also in the description box below as well. So, to help us select a group, this is a pick a group reading after all, I have the Tea Leaf Oracle deck here in front of me, and we're going to be selecting a card for each group. This card is also going to tell us what your current energy towards love is. So if you feel drawn towards a card, it's likely because that's how your energy currently is interacting with love. Now, last little disclaimer, this is intended to be a romantic reading. I'm reading for romantic love or sexual love, not platonic love. So most often than not, there will be crossovers. What I've found is that the patterns and the experiences you go through in love seem to translate into all the connections in your life, especially your platonic connections, your family connections. But my intention is to read about the romance. With that being said, let's get your cards. Starting with group 1, please, Spirit. What is their current energy towards love? Whoa. What is their current energy towards love? This is such an awkward deck to shuffle, as you can see. Okay, well, we'll take that one. For group 1, we have Dark Woman. Dealings or relationship with a woman with dark complexion or hair. Krese. Group 2, please, Spirit. What is their current energy towards love for group 2? Okay. Group 2 has Tulip, Great Passion. Group 3, please, Spirit. What is group 3's current energy towards love? We have Cup. You should accept valid criticism. Oh my gosh, do I have to wear my big sister pants today? I hope not. Alrighty, so those are the cards that we have. Now, the thing about this pick a group portion is you're really going to need to trust yourself in order to select the right group. If you want more intuitive assistance, I do have a meditation that will play after this. It's a guided meditation, and it is there to connect you to your best possible outcome here, to a group that you feel most drawn to, but trust whatever method you feel called to do. I used to use random number generators. You could use anything really. And if it doesn't resonate, you can come back and try a different group. If that doesn't resonate, then you may not have messages in this reading. So trust yourself. Above all, you are the oracle in your life. When you know which of these 3 groups you're feeling most drawn to, check the timestamps down below in the description and join me in your reading. To open your meditation, I'm going to ask you to take in 3 deep, mindful breaths. I want you to breathe in for 3 seconds and breathe out for 3 seconds. I will be guiding you through this. Make sure you're comfortable. Focus on the sound of my voice, and let's begin. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, and out, 1, 2, 3. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, and out, 1, 2, 3. Last breath. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, and out, 1, 2, 3. From this relaxed place, observe the groups in your mind. It can help if your eyes are closed. Is there a specific color you feel most drawn to right now? Perhaps it was a phrase I spoke about in the intro. Allow your relaxed mind to guide you to a group you are being most drawn to. Remember, your intuition is not a loud voice, but it is a strong voice, and it knows which of these groups contains the most honest messages for you. Allow it to guide you through symbols, colors, objects, and phrases that will connect you with the group that holds the most clear, honest messages for you. If you need more time, pause the video or repeat this meditation. Hi Group 1, and welcome to your reading. If you recognize the Dark Woman card, then you're in the right place. In your reading today, I'm going to have a look at what is next in love with you. I'm going to keep this paper close so I can refer to it, but I'm going to keep it out of the way so we have plenty of room for your cards. I want to start by opening your reading, so I'm going to center myself and tune in by setting my intentions. I highly recommend you do the same. Group 1, consider what drew you to this reading in the first place. What specific clarity are you seeking? And also think about any signs of confirmation that you're hoping to see or hear in order to confirm that this reading is for you. As soon as I said that, I heard like dolphins and the unicorns, and really it's making me think of those things in the early 2000s, those books that had like bubbles, and I don't know how to describe it. It's just very nostalgic, late 90s sort of stuff. Okay, let's open your reading. Angels, ancestors, and spirit guides, please tune me in to Group 1's energy. Please help me offer Group 1 clear, honest messages about their reading, and specifically what is next in love for them. If there is any information that I fail to recognize, please allow it to come through clearly so that Group 1 can receive it. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so I'm hearing that you guys should be taking notes because you may recall things later. And it's important that you make these notes reasonable. Don't be a professor. You know what I mean? Like don't do too much work We're supposed to just enjoy this time together. This is supposed to be fun for you as well, so don't make it too much too not fun. But definitely take notes of things so that you can come back to it later. 3 months is significant for you for some reason. What is next in love? Something is happening in 3 months' time, 90 days, they're saying. So I'm filming this on the 2nd of March. It's still the 1st of March in certain parts of the world. But something to do with that, yeah, it has a significant... What is going on here, Spirit? What else do we need to know for them? I'm hearing, oh, happy days. So you might have some good things coming. What is happening with your current energy, though? What is Group 1's current energy towards love, Spirit? You have the 8th house. You also have the moon. And you have Sagittarius. Oh, flipped it. You have Sagittarius as well. Okay, let me zoom you in a little bit. Whoa, that's out. That's too far in. There we go. Okay. I was like, what? That's too far. All right. So how do I feel about this for you, Group 1? What is happening currently? Your current energy towards love, it feels like you are open to the right experiences, but you also need to close a chapter of, I want to say pain, but it doesn't have to be pain. It's just like an emotionally challenging chapter in love. And what we're seeing here is a moon energy and the 8th house. So whatever this was, it seemed to really challenge your feelings, your empathy, and how much you wanted to stand up for yourself. You guys may have been through a Lilith episode recently in love where you had to process feelings of shame and guilt, and you had to contend with suppression of desires, passion, attraction. You may have found yourself being attracted to the wrong person or feeling like people wouldn't accept what you wanted in love and who you were attracted to in love. Your feelings when it comes to love feel very complicated with the moon and the 8th house here. There's also a feeling of like hiding, keeping a secret, suppressing, hiding feelings, hiding intentions, having to go through it by yourself for the most part. Maybe you told close people what was happening, and instead of finding release, you felt a thrill of, oh gosh, I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I shouldn't have told them. Can I trust them with this? Maybe I shouldn't have told them. So the dark woman energy could relate to a very specific person in your love life if it doesn't sound like someone with you, or someone like you in terms of a person with dark complexion or hair. The card just feels very like oddly specific. Does that make sense? Like it's an oddly specific card, and there are so many cards in this oracle. You saw me shuffling. There are so many cards. So I think that what's going on in your love life right now is oddly specific. It's hard to know what to do, to know how to ask for advice, and to even know who to trust. Now, with that being said, we do have Sagittarius here. And I feel like the Sagittarius energy is a feeling of you being held back, restrained, suppressed, limited, because the Sagittarius energy was not free. And for anyone that knows Sagittarius in terms of stereotypes, it has a free spirit. Sagittarius people are known for either being honest or just very free, and they kind of, with their mutable energy, they like to, I'm hearing flounce, but I was going to say bounce from this to that, to this to that, letting their spirit guide them. You guys are feeling like you can't do what your spirit wants you to do. And you're also contending with change, because the 8th house talks about endings and new beginnings, referring to that messy part in between where it's kind of interlapping, where you have an ending and a new beginning, and it's just messy. Is there anything else here, Spirit? This is interesting. 8th house energy. I'm hearing set me free. If that resonates in any way, shape, or form, then this is definitely your reading. Let's have a look at what is happening now for you. That was your energy towards love. Now we're going to have a look at what's happening now. I might use... what deck? We might use this deck. This is the Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Krans. And this is a small version of the deck that you could literally just fit in your palm. It's so easy to shuffle. I've been working with really annoying decks in terms of like they're really thick cardboard decks and they're hard to shuffle. So I just wanted something easy that's also beautiful and very open to psychological analysis. Kim Krans includes a lot of psychology sort of terms and themes in her decks, which I love. All right, Spirit. For group 1, what is happening now in their love life? So I'm hearing that you feel uncertain. What is happening now? We have Judgment reversed, and this is the number 20. What is happening now? Okay, we're going to take the 2 of Wands. What is happening now, Spirit? We also have Temperance. And at the back of the deck is the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, I'm just going to blow my nose. Give me a moment. Okay. So these numbers could be significant. Group 1, don't forget how symbolic everything is when we connect and ask for advice. We have the number 20, we have 2, 14, and 9. We also have the number 8 up here. Sagittarius is 9 to me just because it's connected to, well, I was going to say the 9th house, but I'm also being reminded that Jupiter was the 5th planet. Is that right? Mercury, this is making me think now. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter. Jupiter is the 5th planet, which has a connection to Sagittarius and then the moon. And I just think of the moon as being Cancer energy, 4th house, as well as the moon card, number 18, could be significant. Now with numbers out of the way, down here we have some Pluto-Uranus energy. So this is like Aquarius, a little bit of Scorpio. We also have Temperance, which is more Sagittarius energy, and some Pisces energy because of its connection to Jupiter. Now, I want to talk about your bottom deck card first. What is happening now in love feels like a desire to be with someone. Look at these cards. It's 2 of Cups, Temperance. There is a desire to be with someone, like you need someone. You really want someone in your life. Now, this could have to do with somebody you recently lost. There are signs here of grief and realizing that you really want them. You want to kind of do things over again with them. Now, that's a very specific message. It's not how I would usually read Judgment, so take that if it resonates, but the way that I'd usually read the Judgment card reversed is as a wake-up call that you haven't been honest about. This is a wake-up call that has been trying to reach you for a while, and I'm even hearing we've been trying to contact you regarding your car's extended warranty. So that might be something that is relevant to you. But there's this feeling of trying to reach you, as though your spirits, and when I say your spirits, I mean your spiritual team, your loved ones who watch out for you from the other side, have been trying to show you what you need to do, what you need to change. The epitome of the Judgment card is having a revelation a spiritual revelation and seeing what can't remain the same anymore, what has to change, what must be done differently from now on. The Judgment card to me is a sign that you, my group ones, need to pay attention to the warning signs, the red flags. You need to hear your call for change. And the main thing about the Judgment card is ask and you will receive. You guys have been requesting some sort of change here. You've been seeking some sort of change, wanting some sort of change. I think with the Judgment card reversed, there's this feeling of a redemption, having a do-over, a chance to do things differently this time, either with the same person or with somebody new who can offer you better experiences than what you went through in the past, because you would only want the same person if you believed that it could happen differently. There is a feeling with the Two of Wands here of you seeking somebody who's different in the best of ways, not too different so that you're not compatible, but it's almost like you're saying, I don't want to be two parallel people moving in the same direction but never crossing paths. I want to cross paths. I want to be closer. I want to have the same thing that they have. You guys may find yourself comparing yourself to other people around you, noticing what they have and what you don't have. And when it comes to love, it feels like your plans are up in the air. Things have changed now. I'm also feeling like for some of you, you have to start from scratch. Can't be the way that it was before. So what does that mean? It's like a process of elimination. You know what you don't want, but you're trying to stay open and optimistic about what you could have, about what you should want. And that's why this Temperance energy feels like you telling yourself that your attitude matters most right now. Like you're trying to remain lighthearted, open, optimistic, positive. You're trying to give yourself grace. Tell yourself you're human. What is happening in love for you now with Temperance being here is this energy of like internal peace. Trying to be at peace with who you are, with whatever has happened, and with what might happen in the future. So I see Temperance as this feeling of you, how do I word this? Just letting go and kind of going with the flow here, being a bit more easygoing, if that's possible, less restrictive. You're even maybe thinking about releasing some of your expectations so that they're not too, so that they don't cage you or trap you. So that's what I'm seeing in terms of what is happening now in your love life. Let's have a look at what is happening next. I will pack this up just so we have more room. And we're going to go to one of my favoriteest decks of all time. I stopped using this deck because the box broke, the box that contains it, and I thought I was missing cards. So I counted all the cards this morning and found out, no, I'm not missing any. So this is the Hermetic Tarot deck by Godfrey Dowson. It's very symbolic, lots of astrology, not just zodiac signs, but planets as well. So let's see what is happening next in love for you, Group 1. What does the deck have to say? We have the Lovers card. Wow. The Lovers card. What is happening next in love for my Group 1s? We also have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. What is happening next in love for Group 1, please, Spirit? We have Justice reversed. And we also have the Wheel of Fortune at the back of the deck. That's our bottom deck energy. Let me have a sip of my coffee and let's process this. What is happening next? I'm just going to get some tissue box messages as well. If you want to start your own tissue box, I do sell a cutout sheet on my website. But as you can see, I just hand write messages as well. Now, I have my aircon on. Hopefully that doesn't blow it around too much. We have happiness. Wow. I'm hearing that Florence song. I haven't sung it in ages. Florence and the Machine. Happiness. I'm so off key. What is it called? The dog days are over. And that first line, happiness hit her like a train? No. Happiness hit her like a train on a track. Yeah, train on a track. We also have a headache. Who's got a headache? I will have a headache by the end of this, I reckon. Oh my gosh. I need to change this so that it doesn't blow on us so much. Uh-oh. I froze it on us. I was supposed to freeze it above us so that I could still get the air, but I froze the fan on us. Hang on, there we go. Yes, that's hitting my feet now. Okay, we also have root chakra. Headache, root chakra, happiness. Oh my gosh, what a way to be. We got some initials. We have the letter T. Okay, we just folded that. There we go. Anyway, we know that's a T. We also have the letter R. We have a phrase. The phrase is maybe ... Maybe. Bit of indecisiveness, really. First house, self, new, and first. So I'm feeling like this is about first impressions. Some of you guys maybe, we have 2 repeats, so somebody could have the same letter repeated in their name, whether it's back to back or throughout the name. We have March, so Aries and Pisces. I'm grateful for my soulmate. True. We also have Y. Terry is coming out. Trry. Terry. I'm feeling as though there is a new beginning in your love life, because we have the first house and the root chakra, and also we have Aries energy. But I don't know if they are somebody that you want to invest in, because what I'm seeing is that this person helps give you perspective. You're in such a carefree, easygoing energy in terms of your attitude and your approach, not your past. You've been through a lot already. I can appreciate that. But I think that your next encounter in love is reminding you of why you are the way that you are. It's good to have an open and optimistic attitude, but you can't just throw everything away. The experiences that you've been through group 1 should be worn as badges of honor, because they've helped cultivate wisdom and life experience that is invaluable. You've learned so much about people and about yourself and about how experiences shape and change you, that you can't just disregard that for somebody who does not deserve you. So your next encounter in love is with somebody who helps you see yourself for who you are. It feels like a fling or a fleeting crush. Someone who is exciting and interesting because they hold a mirror up to your soul. They hold a mirror up to your personality. They allow you to see yourself for who you truly are. And when you do get to see yourself, you come out of it feeling really positive about yourself, not critical. You're not looking in the mirror and going, oh my God, what is wrong with me? You're looking in the mirror and going, wow, I'm so lucky. And I feel like you guys may be dodging a bullet here because you don't want to create a life with somebody who makes you feel trapped. Again, I'm hearing again. So some of you got to see another person's relationship play out to where they stayed trapped. You got out. Whether this was your parents, a friend, a family member, you got out. They stayed trapped. Now, if you're in a relationship, that relationship isn't going well. You two need to have a serious talk about what you each want out of this, out of your own futures. Ultimately, you have to be really honest with yourself here, group one, whether you're single or not. Be really honest with yourself. Any conversations you have in love over the next 3 months are going to be extremely enlightening, as though the voice of God themselves is coming through in those conversations, the voice of the divine. Now, these people who come into your life are acting as messengers of truth. They're helping you see things for what they truly are. They don't mean to, but they are helping you realize, oh my gosh, this is what that crazy lady on YouTube was telling me about. This is the situation I need to avoid. It's going to give you more experience, more clarity, more reflection, but it is not meant to be your forever. In fact, you're supposed to go in and out just as quick as you observed it. Just in and out. These cards all talk about temporary, impermanence. Our Queen of Pentacles is encouraging you to uproot yourself. Stay open to new beginnings. Don't commit too early. Don't take on too much responsibility in love. What is next in love for you is flexibility and the opportunity to focus more on yourself right now, to avoid headaches, and to ensure that you're not signing up for something you'll later regret. That's why it's maybe ... not heck yes. I'm also feeling with the Queen of Pentacles reversed the phrase, just because you can doesn't mean you should. You are like Michelle Obama. I'm sorry. I don't know why that reference came through. I have to laugh sometimes. I'm Australian. You know, I have respect for Michelle. I don't know Michelle. But what is being referred to me is the fact that there was an interview with Michelle where I think it was on a podcast. She was asked, you know, what would happen if, I think it was Barack, I think it was her own husband who was like, oh, look, you could have been married to a dishwasher. Imagine that. And she said, no, I would have been married to the President of the United States, saying that she built him up into his greatest. And I think that that is where we're coming from here, without getting political. I really feel like you have the ability to build people up into their greatest, but that doesn't mean you should. Your nurturing side, your committed side, your loyal side, your ride or die side is not meant for everybody. And you should not feed energy into people or relationships that haven't truly shown you yet whether they are worthy of your time, your effort, your commitment. So the Queen of Pentacles to me is wifey energy. It's the loyal upper management superior who will go to work during a hurricane and everybody is telling them, well, what the heck are you doing? This place is abusing and using you. Go home, look after your family. Why are you here? So look after yourself and ask yourself, why am I here? Now, with that being said, you guys aren't going to get to that stage. I see with the Justice card reversed that The main thing you're likely to go through next is an awareness of why certain relationships could have and would have been avoided. And you're being a bit vicarious here. You're kind of standing back and observing from a distance. Queen of Swords energy. You have the ability to see what other people can't. And that's why this card is the Lord of Truth, Lady of Justice. You're going to be able to see the imbalances, the incompatibilities, the rifts and faults within relationships that don't go away with time, because ultimately those two people are not compatible, but they're making it work and they're bringing people down with them. By being this fly on the wall, it's like, again, the universe is showing you why you need to just enjoy the chapter of love that you're in. Don't rush into your next relationship. Don't force somebody who's only supposed to be temporary to fit in a mold just because you can. Not everybody deserves that title of partner, of wife, of husband. And you're going to see the people who made it happen. And you're going to see the penance they pay and just how difficult their life is because they chose to settle. And there's children involved and there's other commitments, and it's really hard to get out now. You're going to see that as like a warning sign, because that's why we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Fortune doesn't belong here. In this chapter, you see how people have sacrificed experience, passion, connection, and even luck for what is safe, for what they know. It's almost like that phrase, it's the devil you know. Settling for the devil you know, because they were afraid to risk finding love again. They were afraid that, well, I'm gambling. What if the next person is worse? So you're going to realize that there are some things that are worth risking because this is your life and you only have one of them. Big philosophical questions emerge if you allow them to be reflected on. The Wheel of Fortune brings in the very meaning of what is life. What is the point? Is the point to be punished by your work, by your relationships, by how you spend your free time? Or is the point to find meaning, purpose, excitement, and connection in any shape or form? Because it's too easy to feel like everything else has been taken. This gets very deep if you allow it to. When the Wheel of Fortune is reversed, it's asking you to question your life, how you exchange energy, how you spend your time, and what you choose to seek, because you attract what you are. And the reason why you're attracting these experiences, these moments of, whoa, that's scary. Could I live like that? I don't know. Is so that you can know what you're subconsciously signing yourself up for. I would encourage you in this chapter to seek other references. The people around you aren't happy. You need to find people who are living authentically, who have taken that risk and embraced their hunger for life. Whether that's online, through technology, finding people who look happy, who look truly connected to their spirit, to their sense of purpose. Or that could happen within your community. You need people who are actually showing you that it is possible. Because if you believe that this is normal, then that's what you're going to end up having. You don't have to sacrifice your joy, your passion, your desires. You don't have to settle. So we did get some advice, but I want to pack this up and we're going to get proper advice now. Let's put these away really quickly as well. I'm not really being that quick, am I? I'm nearly finished. Okay. What shall we start with? I think we'll go with the tarot cards again. Spirit, for my group ones, what advice can you give them in this next chapter to allow them to feel loved and supported, as well as connected to their highest good? What advice can you give them in this next chapter to allow them to feel loved and supported? Oh, we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. It looks like a wheel. I actually have a stump like this in my front yard as well. Your primary advice, look at that. I haven't flipped these cards yet. I don't think I will actually, because we're going to get cards from a different deck as well. But straight off the bat, your advice here is saying to just be, you need more time to figure out who you are, to be honest with you. You're coming out of a difficult period in life, and you need more time to figure out who you are. You need more time to understand what you want, what you bring to the table, and what you're hoping to gain from your present or your future relationship. Your advice at the time that you're seeing this reading is to be more selfish, not because you lack compassion, but because you're holding space for yourself. And you do need to be careful about who you look up to. Be very careful about idolizing people, and be very wary of assuming that the grass is greener on the other side. You should look at everybody on this earth as a unique person, but there are some people who can give you helpful inspiration, who can show you what we were talking about in terms of honoring your spirit, your desires, your passion. Now the Star card is reversed because it is also encouraging you at the end of the day, at the end of it all. It is encouraging you to embrace who you are. When I talk about not settling, I'm not talking about wanting more and being unrealistic. It's actually the exact opposite. You're being called to be more realistic. A compromise today really adds up over time. It compounds. Settling for something or someone today has a very big butterfly effect on your future. Realistically, can you do that in this one life that you have? Now, I personally believe in reincarnation. I believe in old souls and coming back to earth with earthly missions and spiritual missions, but we don't have the same consciousness when we come back. We don't remember much. Some of us access some sort of process where we can assume, oh, this is who I was in a past life, this is what I went through. But we can't take all of that from our past and bring it with us. We unlock it. But this is our one life as we are now. So that's something to think about. Being realistic, can you really let those sacrifices happen? From this tarot deck, what does group 1 need to know? Wow. King of Swords, 10 of Cups. We have Pisces and Mars on this card. We have Capricorn and Aquarius on this card, Saturn energy. Wowzers, King of Swords. I kind of got goosebumps for you because the King of Swords and the Star card, which is something I failed to recognize straight away, they're both telling you to be logical, to be realistic, and to be analytical, to be fair to yourself and to others. It's actually reminding me of my first breakup experience. I was a very loyal person. I was groomed and conditioned by my parents to be fiercely loyal and protective, regardless of who that person really was. The only way I got out of that relationship, and there was nothing wrong with them, but we fell out of love and I didn't recognize the signs. The only way I got out of that was by telling myself that I was setting them free. I was allowing them to go out and find someone who could love them the way they deserved. In this situation, you may need to do something similar in order to truly put yourself first. See this as a process of allowing people to find their people. If you feel like something doesn't feel right, if it doesn't quite fit, it's not about you rejecting that person and letting them down and causing them hurt. It's about you freeing them, giving them a better chance of finding the person who they really deserve to be with. And you could hold a mirror to yourself and say the same thing. By being honest about this chapter of your life and whoever you're sharing your life with, you're giving yourself the best chance to live the life you deserve and to experience the love that you deserve. Now, the Ten of Cups is really honing in on that message. The whole point of you finding this reading was to tell you it is possible to have your happy ending with someone who really loves you and cares about you. The whole thing, whether you want children and a white picket fence or something a little bit more radical and different, it is possible to have your happy ending. It is possible for you to experience true fulfillment within self and within your community of loved ones. And it is possible for relationships to get better over time, not worse, better. That's what all of this is about. So as we part ways, Group 1, Spirit's closing message is to hold hope above all for self, and to let the experiences in this next chapter of love remind you of why love is important to you. These experiences are going to show you what you should be looking out for in love, for better or for worse, as a caution or a red flag, or as a green flag, and something that you should seek as confirmation in your partner. It is possible to have your happy ending, so hold hope and continue finding out who you really are. Let this next chapter be a chance to explore yourself in a different way. That is what I see for you, Group 1. I'm going to end your YouTube reading and we will go into the extended. In the extended, we're going to be having a look at who is changing your love life. What type of person are they? Who are they to you, and how do or will you recognize them? And we're also going to have a look at what they are changing in your love life and why. So this tells us more about the key person in your love life. If that sounds helpful or interesting, the link to the extended readings is in the description box. You will need to make sure you click on the right reading before you purchase it. So you can swipe across if you're on a mobile, or if you're on a computer, you'll be able to, oh my gosh, what was that? My voice is done. If you're on a computer, you'll be able to scroll down. I sounded like Arnold Schwarzenegger for a second there. My gosh. Anyway, that is what we're covering. Click on the link, find your reading if you want those messages. But as we part ways here, I just want to say thank you, Group 1, for all of your time, all of your support, and all of your energy in this reading here on YouTube. As we part ways, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead. Bye. Hi, Group 2, and welcome to your reading. I'm excited. If you recognize the tulip quad, you're in the right place. We're going to be having a look at your love life. What is happening next? I've got some notes here. If you want a easier to read version of these notes, you can find them in the description box. I'm really curious about what your great passion has got to do with what is next in love for you. So we're going to start by just opening your reading. I'm going to set my intentions, and I highly recommend you do the same. Consider what drew you to this reading in the first place. What clarity are you seeking? What information are you hoping to gain? All of that. And we're also just going to, connect. So listen to the sound of my voice. I've got my bird in front of me just staring into my soul. So if I lose it, it's because he's flown at my head. But let's open your reading. Burby, now's not the time. Just chill, look out the window, be a good boy, please. Alrighty, let's do this group 2. Angels, ancestors, and spirit guides, please tune me in to group 2's energy. Please help me offer group 2 clear, honest messages about their reading so that we can give them the clarity they need on their love life now and in this next chapter. Spirit, if there's any information I fail to recognize, please allow it to come through clearly for my group 2s. Thank you. I feel like you have some feminine energies like truly cheering you on right now, group 2. Really enjoying and living vicariously through you. Now is the time for great passion. Now is the time to embrace who you are, your sexuality, your desires, your interests. The whole point is it's on your terms. You're supposed to be enjoying your opportunities in love with this feeling of gaining passion, like a momentum. It's also very liberating. It's like a confidence is being unlocked through your experiences. And they keep saying sexual. So don't shy away from your sexuality, from your sacral chakra, from your urges, your feminine desires is also what's coming through. Now, I appreciate that we're not all of the ovarian body composition. So this is really about embracing your sexuality. Whether you are male, female, or anything else, you have some feminine energies here who are wanting you to feel empowered, who are wanting you to embrace your sexuality, your passion, your desire. I'm watching my bird just slide around on his cage right now because I left it open and it's quite distracting, Burby. We're talking about group 2, not you. Love you so much. Let's get some dice out. Spirit, what is group 2's current energy towards love? Ooh, interesting. Let's zoom you in. You have the head of the dragon, North Node, coming out. You also have the 9th house. You have Gemini. Wow, beautiful energy. Lots of passion already, just with the 9th house here. This is about expansion, new experiences, pursuing your passion. This is also about developing a philosophy in love and following your philosophies in love if you already have one. Living life, taking risks because it's about taking chances. This can also feel like you're gambling a little bit too. Look after your body. I'm also being called to just remind you to be safe. Practice safe sex, all of that, but enjoy your experiences. Your current energy towards love says that you are curious about love, about what is out there. Do you want to come on my shoulder? Would you like to come on my shoulder, or you want scritches? I can't give you scritches. I've got to do this. So staying curious, staying open, meeting new people, talking to new people, connecting in real life as well. That's the whole point. Connecting in real life. Okay, so what does this mean? Are you looking into like different cultures, different people to try to see like what else is out there, what is going on? Exploring new things. Spirit's also asking for me to be inclusive. So when it comes to people in relationships, experimenting, trying new things with your partner, looking into spicing things up a little bit. And just making sure that there's never a dull moment, really. Now, with this energy here, the head of the dragon, is this the head of the dragon or is this the tail of the dragon? There's the tail. I don't know. I need to clarify this. Give me a moment real quick. This is why I'm so distracted in your reading. Look who is just smiling and sitting on his cage literally right in front of me, y'all. Here are your cards and here is the Burb. The Burby. His official name is Burbus. Barnabas Burby the First. Bless. Let's get back to your reading. Also, it is definitely the South Node, the tail of the dragon. Let's get into it. I'm so glad I did that little break because I needed to show you the Burb, but I also needed to clarify this is the tail of the dragon. I get confused because I see these two things and I'm like, oh yeah, that's the head. Those are the eyes or the ears, but no. We're looking at the tail of the dragon, South Node. So it would be helpful to look up where the South Node fits in your natal chart. What sign is it in? What house is it in? How is it connecting or interacting with the other core aspects of your chart? Because your South Node represents who you are at your most comfortable, but who you can't be forever. Because to be that person would be restricting yourself. It would mean that you're holding on to a version of yourself that can't grow. So when it comes to love, seeking passion is something that may be comfortable, but it's not permanent. It may even be something that you're using to run away from another area of your life. But the whole point with the South Node here is that there's a connection here to enabling rather than thriving, to sustaining and being comfortable versus challenging yourself and growing. So let's get some tarot out so we can figure this out properly. Gemini may be significant, as well as Sagittarius. That's what's coming through strongly. Lots of mutable energy, most of all. Let's fix that by going back into this mode. And we want to have a look at what is happening now in your love life. That's your current energy towards love, but what is happening now in your love life? What is happening now, Spirit? In group 2's love life. Oh, here we go. We have the Lovers card. Okay, there's some burbs on there. They don't really look like you though. That's okay. Everyone is different and unique in a beautiful way. We're not supposed to be the same. No. We also have Judgment. Wow. Judgment reversed. Who am I reading for? Because this card has come out so many times. And maybe y'all were feeling drawn to group 1 as well. Oh, the Tower. Okay, we're in a different energy over here. It's not quite the same. Anyway, now that yeah, I need to calm down. I think this is triggering my Gemini rising and making me want to be putting on different accents for y'all. All right. 9 of Wands. How do we feel about that, Spirit? 9 of Wands reversed. So we looked at your energy towards love and we noticed that there's some sort of like comfort zone or what the heck am I looking at? What's going on with your feet? Burb. This is not right. This is very distracting for me. I don't know if I can focus with you standing there like that. Oh, Burby. Anyway, this is actually iconic because the 9 of Wands reversed is about breaking a cycle, taking some time off. So, Burb, you're kind of here for a reason, really. You and your crazy feet. I think what's going on in your love life right now is a hiatus period, a chance to take a break. The Nine of Wands indicates you trying a different strategy, trying a different approach, giving yourself some time out so that you don't burn out, so that you don't push yourself beyond burnout, and so that you don't end up in a position where you've pushed yourself too far and now you're kind of like, regrets. Now, aside from regrets, I think what's going on in your love life is a chance to blow off steam, to have a break, and to not worry so much, to not work so hard, to not push yourself too far. So yes, this may be a fun hiatus period, but look at these major arcana group too. Gemini, Scorpio, Aquarius, and we got more Scorpio and Aries over here. We also have Mercury, Pluto, Uranus, and Mars. These major arcana may be significant in the numbers as well. We see number 6, number 20, and number 16, and of course the number 9 over here. The number 9 is about self, but when it's reversed, it feels like you are seeking distractions from others. The Lovers card tells us that you are interested in connecting with somebody. You may have a lover already in your life, or you're open to it if you're single. You're wanting to mingle if you're single. As it stands currently with the Lovers card here, it feels like you're in a very social energy when it comes to love. Your interactions with others are stimulating. It's mentally making you think. It's keeping your mood distracted so that you always have something to kind of think about or work towards. But again, you're not trying to invest too much right now. So what I'm seeing is lots of distractions in your love life right now. And some of these distractions are helpful, meaningful. Some of these distractions are really important because they're stimulating conversations that you need to give you perspective, to help you see your life from a broader perspective, but to also kind of help you understand some of the ideas you have when it comes to love. And I do feel like you're cultivating a philosophy here in love. So this Lovers card is talking about how that philosophy is shaping your interactions and how your interactions are shaping that philosophy. You're seeking like-minded people, and you are really enjoying a conversation that you're having with a lover, if that resonates, if you have a lover in your life. Now, there's a strong feeling of kindred energy here as well, and people who share your ideas, your thoughts, your feelings. Because this is the number 6, it's about reciprocity, equal exchange, giving and taking in a harmonious nature. We also have the Tower here, which does also have the number 6 in it. And I don't want you to feel afraid of the Tower. This is what's happening in your love life now. So it shouldn't be a surprise. For the Tower to be here, it should be more of like a sign of the radical change and shifts that are happening in your life because you went into this 9 of Wands reversed. Because you decided to not push yourself so hard. Now, I want to play devil's advocate for a moment, and I think that some of you are avoiding doing something that you really need to do. Because what I'm noticing is Judgment card reversed, Tower here, 9 of Wands reversed, South Node. Right? If we were just looking at these two dice and that card, oh my gosh, sunshine, rainbows, daisies, all of it. But we're not. We're looking at avoidance and denial. There is something hanging over you, sweets, that you are avoiding and you're delaying it. And right now, it can't be delayed any longer. Right now is the best time to address it, to get it done, to talk about it, to air it out, to bring it up, and to figure it out. Not because it's hard work, but because it's building pressure in your life, and by addressing it, you're releasing a lot of tension. This could have been affecting your nervous system. It could have been affecting you to the point where you were experiencing extreme anxiety, stomach ulcers, or just a really uncomfortable irritation. Your nervous system can manifest through your skin as well, and your hair and your nails, and what you were going through needs to be communicated so that you can ultimately relieve the tension that it is causing. So with the Tower here and Judgment, what's happening now in your love life is this feeling of finally addressing something, communicating what you know, and paying attention to the truth, because the Judgment card is a wake-up call. It's a revelation. It's Judgment Day. It's the truth. It's unavoidable. And you've been delaying acting upon it to the point where the Tower is here to say, can't happen anymore. You got to do something about it. So what's going on in your life now is radical change. And you are relying on the people around you to support you through this. The conversations you have with them are helpful, but knowing that they are there to support you means everything. Knowing that you have them to kind of like bounce off of energetically through conversation, emotionally, means everything. Now, if you're in a relationship, something still needs to be brought to the surface here. We can't avoid the truth. We can't gloss over the red flags. And we need to see this for what it is. So that is what's happening now. Gemini, Aries, Scorpio, or Aquarius could be significant, as well as Sagittarius. Let's have a look at what is happening next. If you're still here, I'm assuming that this is resonating. Let's have a look at what is happening next. I'm going to use one of my favorite decks. This is the Hermetic Tarot deck by Godfrey Dowson. I actually thought I was missing cards in this deck. And then I pulled it out of storage because I lost the box. Well, I didn't lose it. The box broke. And I counted all the cards and I was very relieved to see that all 78 are still here. So I'm excited to bring it back to the channel. Let's see what it can tell us about what is happening next in your love life, group 2. Spirit, what is happening next in group 2's love life? Whoa. Okay, we have the 3 of Cups. What is happening next? Group 2's love life. We also have the 6 of Cups. What is happening next? We have the Knight of Pentacles. And at the back of this deck is the 4 of Swords. Okay, let's just make sure that's all in frame. Cool. Okay. Goodness. All right, we'll talk about the numbers first while I tune in. We're looking at the number 3, 6, 4, and the Knight of Pentacles is the 12th card in its suit, so it's the number 12. What else can we see here? I'm looking at some more North Node energy this time. Some Virgo, Scorpio energy here. The Sun. Spirit saying Aquarius with the 4 of Swords. Mercury over here with Cancer. What is going on here, Spirit? The 3 of Cups is very symbolic. What you're going to notice in the immediate future, which is a prolonged theme across the next 3 months, is this feeling of coming together with people who love you and who can celebrate you, whether they truly have deep feelings for you or just joyful feelings for you. They appreciate you. There's this feeling of being social with the right people And that's going to truly empower your love life right now. It's going to give you the perspective you need, but it's also going to remind you of how important the social aspect of your love life is. You need a friend and a lover, and you need friends outside of your relationship. When it comes to love, I'm seeing a lot of mingling. Bringing your social communities together is important. So if you're in a relationship, you're spending more time with friends as well. Bringing your friends around your partner around, you're meeting their friends. And the whole point is to just let your worlds merge to relieve some tension. Now, if you're single, you may be enjoying being single right now, because the Three of Cups is indicating that the whole point of love is joy. The whole point of life is fun. Right now, you're in a chapter where it's important that in the immediate future, in the next 3 to 6 months, because we've got the 3 and the 6 of Cups here, you don't overthink it. Connect with your inner child. Smile, laugh, have fun, and create memories with people who you enjoy being around. Now, the 6 of Cups does bring your inner child into this. It also indicates that a reunion is likely with people you haven't seen in a while, catching up with loved ones. This brings a depth into your love life, a nostalgia. It brings sentimental feelings. Having people from your past or your love interest past is going to show you different versions of who you are, who they are. It's going to be affirming for a lot of you. It'll be beautiful. It'll show you like, wow, this is exactly what I needed. It's going to feel like confirmation. It's going to feel like your past and your present are merging. And it's going to be very healing. Lots of joy, lots of happiness. These moments are about your relationship with the people around you. It's about community. It's about showing you the many different meanings of love. And I know this is a romantic reading, but surrounding yourself with those platonic connections as well reinforces your romantic philosophy. It paints a more detailed picture of what love is for you, because I think you do need a romantic partner who's also a friend, who also gets along with your loved ones, your friends, your family. And you want the kind of relationship that brings a community together, not isolates you two in your own little bubble. So this is going to be a good chance to broaden your experiences and understanding of love, to remind you of how encompassing and inclusive love is. Love isn't about segregation and being insular. It's about including everybody. So with the Knight of Pentacles here, you're going to take your experiences in the next 3 to 6 months and you're going to set new goals in love. It puts you on a path that's very long term, because the Knight of Pentacles focuses on the details. It's quality over quantity. It's about achieving a specific set of goals and tasks rather than trying to get it done as quick as you can. So your experiences are going to help you understand what you want in the long term, in the next 2 to 5 years, what that looks like for you. What are you working towards? How can you support those goals? What do you need to do? What does your future look like? Now, I don't think you're doing this by yourself. I think a lot of you are either having a conversation with a lover or talking to your family about it and saying, like, this is what I really want to do. I want to start taking this more seriously. I want to start working towards this and actually doing it. And for some of you, this is about also getting your health on track and looking after your body and just making sure that you're fertile if you want kids, for example, making sure you're healthy if you want to live long, all of that kind of stuff. It seems to go hand in hand with taking care of yourself. But you're not doing this alone. There's a feeling here of community and support and making long-term goals. Now, the whole point of all of this is this Four of Swords, clarity and confirmation. Life is a journey, not a race. And what is next in love for you is a short-term chapter to remind you of the emotional importance in your life and what that looks like, so that you can confirm the path that you're already on. I actually see, my group twos, that whatever's happening with this Tower energy and the Judgment card and the Lovers card, like, the worst is over. When it comes to your love life, this next chapter is just confirmation and clarity. Confirmation that what you went through wasn't going to get the best of you and was just a stepping stone to something better. And it was also confirmation that you should invest in yourself and you should invest in your future. Not all that glitters is gold. This is showing you why quality connections are important. Watering your friends, your family members. And if you have a good person in your life who you truly love and value, watering their cup is important so that you two can have the future you want together. Taking care of them is just as important as taking care of yourself. This next chapter is about confirming what you already know and bringing more stability into your mind so that you don't overthink the way that you feel, and so that you are very clear about what you want to do and how you can commit to yourself, to the future that you want, and to the people who you love. So I do see a relationship developing here. This next chapter is about making that commitment to self more than anything, but it is going to positively affect your close relationships. It's going to help bring them into a more harmonious state. And it's going to help clear any doubt in your mind so that you can truly focus on this for what it is. Let's get you some advice now. So that you can leave this reading with a sense of love and support. What advice do you have for Group 2 Spirit for their highest good? What advice do you have for Group 2 Spirit for their highest good? What advice do you have for Group 2? Okay. Wow. We have Temperance. And at the back of this deck is the Four of Cups. I'm just going to get cards from the other tarot deck as well. What advice do you have for Group 2 Spirit? So they can leave this reading with love and support. Okay, we'll take the top card. Whew. Devil at the back of the deck. It found us. We have the Princess of Wands. Let's move this over a little bit. Just a little bit. Alrighty. Put that there. Put that there. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. So Capricorn energy is here with the Devil card. We also have Sagittarius here. We have Saturn and Mars over here, Jupiter there. I have a feeling number 4, 14, and we also have number 11 and 15. The first message that came out was about not settling, but practicing being content. With the Four of Cups here, the best thing you can do right now is focusing on stability and bringing a sense of stability into the relationships that are important to you. Doing what is best for you. And you don't have to try too hard. The Four of Cups to me is about trying less, keeping things simple. Saying no more than you say yes, so that you have the time, the capacity, and the energy for the things that are important on an emotional level in your life. Less is more in terms of social interactions as well. You guys are mingling with people in this next chapter who you don't get to see a lot. They only pop up once a year or around the holiday periods or when something happens. So enjoy the time with them for what it is. It doesn't have to be that's what makes it special, is the fact that it doesn't happen all the time. Enjoy it for what it is. Now, as advice, the Four of Cups is interesting because it can induce feelings of missing out on more. As advice, it's really asking you, what do you feel like you're missing out on? What do you feel like you wish you had more time for, more energy for, more capacity for? Who do you want to see more? You do have to think about that, because I feel like this next chapter is about making time for those people, which is why Temperance is reversed. What would you need to say no to so that you can say yes to the right things? Temperance is also about making sure with this card reversed that you're not regretting, and that you're actually staying track of how much time and energy you have so that you're not wasting opportunities. So this is also about pushing yourself to do the uncomfortable, because it is temporary. You may feel like when this loved one comes back to town, you have to really push yourself to see them, because they're coming into town on a day where it's one of your busiest days, at a time where you're not used to having to go out, at a place that is full of people. But doing all of that is kind of the point sometimes. You can't do it all the time, but sometimes it's worth it for the right people. Now, over here with the Princess of Wands and the Devil card, your advice with love and support for your highest good is to have more. You do need more passion. You also are in a really good energy of trying to relieve tension, asking for support, and surrounding yourself with people who bring out the side of you that you enjoy, who make you feel safe, who create safe environments for your inner child. All of this is very important, very key. The Devil card as a device is ultimately asking you to lighten up. Don't take things too seriously like a Capricorn. Don't be too strict. Don't restrict yourself so much that you fall off the wagon or fall into the deep end. And yes, some behavior is harmful and we should practice it in moderation, but restriction is just as harmful. With the Princess of Wands here, this message is about the fact that you've outgrown this chapter of your love life, and it will affect your platonic connections as well. It's time to seek more, to yearn for more, to desire more, in order to create more. You're not a student anymore. It's time to think about what your next actions are, what your next steps are, and what that will look like for those closest to you. The Princess of Wands to me is a sign of how you've outgrown your past interests, your past hobbies, and it's time to invest energy into more meaningful experiences. It's time to grow up in some way, to start taking your creative energy more seriously, your desires, your passion more seriously, to really step up and have the chance to experience a life that is a little bit more meaningful. So I think that's why the 9th house is here. And the more open and receptive you are right now, the better, honestly, sweet soul, because it's going to allow things to come to you. You will attract the opportunities instead of needing to seek them out. Stay receptive, stay open, stay curious. Let these things come to you. And when you have a passion for something, a desire for something, follow it. Don't dismiss it or distract yourself from it by engaging in things that you aren't as passionate about. Feed energy into it. Take it seriously and just see how far you can grow it. This will affect your love life because it's showing you how your love life and your life in general are leveling up, just like that Knight of Pentacles. I hope that was helpful, group 2. I'm going to end your YouTube reading there, and we're going to go into your extended reading now. So your extended reading is a wonderful way of supporting what I do here on YouTube. We'll get more messages about what is next in love by looking at who is changing your love life. We'll be looking at what type of person they are, who are they to you, and how will you see them, or how do you see them. This will basically confirm if they're in your life already or not. And lastly, we're going to have a look at what they're changing and why. If that looks interesting, the link to the extended readings is down below. That link will take you to my website, so it's very important that you select the right reading. Make sure you click on group 2 of the What is Next in Love reading. And group 2, if this is where we're parting ways, thank you so much for all of your time, your energy, and your support here on YouTube. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Until we meet again, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead. Bye. Hi group 3, and welcome to your reading. Oh my gosh, it feels so lovely to connect with you. I sometimes get this feeling when I know you personally, so hello and welcome, or welcome back if we do know each other. If this is the first time we're meeting, it is so lovely to have you here, and I hope that today I can really tune in to the messages that you need when it comes to your love life. Now, here's what we're covering, group 3. I do have all of this neatly typed out down below as well. But essentially, we are looking at what is next in love for you. We'll be having a look at your energy towards love, what is happening now, what is happening next, and advice. We will also have an extended reading on my website where you can gain more messages about who is changing your love life in this next chapter. Now, if you want more messages about that, check the description box, but also stay tuned because we will cover more about this at the end of your reading. I'm going to open your reading now by tuning into your energy. I highly recommend you focus on the sound of my voice. Try to limit your distractions. Also consider setting your own intentions. Consider what drew you to this reading in the first place. And also what confirmation you may need to see or hear in order to confirm that this reading is for you. Let's go ahead and tune in. Ooh, angels, ancestors, and spirit guides, please tune me in to group 3's energy. Please help me offer group 3 clear, honest messages about their reading. And if there is any information I fail to recognize, please allow it to come through clearly for group 3 so that they can gain the clarity they need from those messages. Thank you, Spirit. So if you stuck around in the intro, you would know that this card represents your energy towards love. So this is your current energy towards love. It says you should accept valid criticism. Now, it made me laugh. It's making me laugh again reading it because that's kind of what I do here. I basically read your energy, read the situation you're in, and then I sometimes criticize it only to give you advice, only to help you get to your highest possible outcome. So I just thought, what the heck? Why did this card have to come out? That's crazy. I want to get more info. I don't just want to draw conclusions from this card, but I will say there is an interesting relationship here towards old Disney movies, and I don't know if you watched Beauty and the Beast from the late 90s. I think it was 1998. That relationship between the teacup, I think their name was Chip, and the teapot, who was like the mother. Yeah, it's really coming through as something significant, and old Disney movies as well. I'm feeling a really strong vibe here of tough love. So I will do my best to give you the messages you need. I hope not to be a tough love provider, but I will be honest. And this may be a sign that when it comes to your love life now, you're either looking for tough love or you're finding yourself surrounded by tough love and people who care about you but are also trying to tell you what it is and what it isn't. So Spirit, can you confirm what is Group 3's current energy towards love? Ooh, 11th house. We also have Scorpio and Pluto. Wow. So these all have a relationship of transformation. Now, what I'm kind of seeing is your current energy towards love is that there's a stubborn side of you with Scorpio here, but there's also a very intelligent, emotionally aware side of you that can't deny that when something's wrong, it's wrong. You're very good at understanding a situation. In fact, you may be someone who's really good at giving advice. Group 3, you're the kind of person who you can take it all in. You can take in the emotional complications. You can understand what a person wants to hear versus what they need to hear. But when it is you, it's a different story. And that's very natural. I think that's quite human, actually, to find things hard to confront. But currently in your love life, you are being called to confront a subconscious belief or fear that is standing in your way. And when it comes to love, the sooner you confront that, the sooner things can change for the better. Now, I feel like you have to let go of some baggage here because the 11th house is very similar to the Fool energy. The 11th house is very drawn towards new ideas, new ways of doing things. And in order to feel that dynamic, that able and capable of innovating and developing, we can't be dragging a ball and chain with us. These are the balls and chains. I wonder if some of you guys even struggle with commitment. If you're either running away from commitment or if you are looking for false signs of commitment. We'll get more information from the next question where we get more tarot. But from what I'm seeing, your energy towards love right now is that love has to find a way to fit you. But the way that you're looking at it is you're not seeing yourself for who you really are. You're saying love needs to fit me right now. And I think there are people around you who are saying, but this isn't even you at your best. You deserve someone who can love you when you and who can encourage you to be your best. So in Group 2's message, they were being strongly encouraged not to settle. No, sorry, that was Group 1. I filmed all of y'all in the one day and it's just blurring. Group 1's message was about not settling. I think in your current energy, you're kind of feeling a similar way, but you're taking it to the next level. You're like, I'm not settling. This has to fit me. And it's a strong feeling of like my way or the highway, like a defiance. The 11th house is making me think of the rebellious energy that it has. The I am who I am. Y'all need to figure it out. This is what it is. If you don't like it, you can leave type of energy. So if that resonates, this is your group. If it doesn't, the other two groups were very different. But let's have a look now at what is happening in your love life now. That's your energy, but let's have a look at what's happening in your love life. Okay, I'm going to zoom out, get more cards. What deck are we using? I think it's this deck. Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Krantz. Spirit, what is happening in Group 3's love life now? Yes, Birdie. What is happening in Group 3's love life now, Spirit? Okay, we have the Six of Swords. Ooh, reversed. What is happening in Group 3's love life now? We also have the Son of Pentacles, who is usually our Knight of Pentacles. What's happening in Group 3's love life? Okay. And we're going to take the Star card. Isn't that something? Spirit's also wanting to put the Daughter of Wands down there, which is the Page of Wands. Special mention to the Fool reversed and the Three of Swords at the back of the deck. We'll kind of do it like that, so it's here, but it's not taking up the whole screen. Is that right? I got a bit more room over here. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, I'm going to get some tissue box messages too. I got these for Group 1 and I forgot for Group 2. When I had my break, I thought, okay, no, I got to bring them back for you, Group 3. So let's see. I do have a starter pack of tissue box messages on my website that you can buy, print, cut up, and put in your own tissue box. This also works in like a satchel, if you have one, a drawstring bag, or even just a cereal box, to be honest. You know what I mean? The whole point of using a tissue box was to reuse what I already have. I didn't want to make it too elaborate. I just wanted it to be practical. This has lasted me years. Literally, it doesn't look amazing, but it does the job. So with that out of the way, Spirit, what tissue box messages will help elevate this reading in terms of what is happening now in Group 3's love life? What can give us more clarity, Spirit? Okay, not too many, but that's the point. Less is more with all this Aquarius energy. Look what's here, the 11th house. Wow. Aquarius, teams, friendships, groups, astronomy, surprises, and rebellion. Oh, I do have that aircon still on. That's all right. Should be able to stay there. We also have sleepless. We have the 7th house, partnerships, contracts, relationships. We have an initial, the letter L could be significant. I'm also hearing the song by Beck, Loser. And we have the letter G, Guarana. Somebody likes their caffeine. Someone could be having a lot of late nights, staying up late. I think this is because you can't sleep, but it may be because of a job that you have as well, where your sleep is irregular. Shift work is what came to mind. Staring at screens with the 11th house here. Late nights, staring at screens, noticing things that other people don't notice. Isn't that weird? It's being shown to me as like, when you're up at a certain hour, you get access to content from other parts of the world because most people in your country are sleeping. So you start to see like what else is happening out there, and you start to get a broader perspective of what's going on in the world. And I'm hearing of what's wrong with humanity. So look what the heck is going on in your love life. What is happening now, Spirit? I'm going to hold this so we can be concise. I could see myself just getting carried away in your reading and talking too much. What is going on here? See, this energy is interesting. What's happening now is that you do need to have an honest, arguably difficult conversation with yourself and with someone else about your love life. You might be breaking up with someone if you haven't already. You might be delivering a tough love speech. You might be on the receiving end of a breakup or a tough love speech. Now, this is already happening though. The Three of Swords reflects a situation where you need to be more honest and realistic about the life you want for yourself, regardless of how it affects other people, let alone your partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, etc. These difficult conversations don't have to break a relationship. They can actually make your relationship stronger, but you have to be honest. We have to talk about the things we want for ourselves in order to give ourselves and that relationship the proper chance. With the Fool card reverse, the whole point of this is to make sure that you're not missing out on opportunities that you want. You got to address something that kind of feels like baggage at this point. It feels like an elephant in the room. It feels like it's been weighing over you. You may have been coached to do this by a friend, somebody who's trying to look out for you. The opportunity may feel like it's not going to be easy, but it needs to be done so that it's not weighing over you anymore. Now, for a lot of you, you're already in some sort of relationship or partnership that isn't heading in the right direction yet, but you're trying to make it happen. And if you're single, it looks like you're entering a new phase where you need to make yourself a priority before you choose to settle down with somebody. And you may even resonate with that if you're in a relationship. You need to make yourself a priority before you choose to settle down with somebody. Now, the word radical keeps coming back. There's so much Aquarius energy here. 11th house twice. Uranus here, Aquarius here. Radical, rebellious, unique, individual, healing, being dynamic and forward thinking. I sound like I'm talking about like a tech company's values or mission statement, but that's the whole point, is we're looking at the future. We're thinking ahead. What's happening in your love life now is this strong sense of healing and trying to take actions that are intentional, that are self-focused, but that will positively affect the people that you love if you take them seriously. So you're trying to take yourself seriously so that you can be the person you want to be in your relationships. Now, this is a romantic love reading, but you're also thinking of yourself as a daughter, as a son, as a parent, as a neighbor, as a community member. Like, you're looking at all the other relationships in your life and you're thinking, how can I be better right now? When it comes to love, there is a sense of hope about what could be in the future. What could love look like in the future? But there's also a disconnection between what you want versus who you are now. You don't quite feel like the person you've always wanted to be. You don't quite feel like it's achievable right now. And that's mostly because in your mind, this ideal version of love and an ideal relationship is something that you still have time to make. As far as you're concerned, you don't want to rush that process. You don't want to just do what everybody else is doing. You don't want to follow the procedures or the structure that other people follow. You want to do what's right for you. And you want to find a way to make things right for yourself. So over here with the Six of Swords reversed, I think that what's going on in your love life right now is a strong feeling of baggage, being more aware of what conversations you need to have. There are thoughts lingering in your mind, and maybe you've already started some of these conversations, but you didn't get the chance to see them through. So what we're seeing here with the Six of Swords is everything that was left unsaid that still needs to be spoken. Actions that still need to be followed through. And intentions that are still in the works. I see the Six of Swords reversed as us going back to talk about something that's already happened, but it needs to be further addressed. When it comes to your love life, there is a strong feeling of looking back at the past in order to move forward. And trying to be more realistic as well. The Six of Swords is quite Aquarian. Yes, there's a conversation that needs to happen here, but there's also this process of trying to be realistic, trying to be transparent, trying to be honest, trying to find a way forward, which is very Aquarian. We can't gloss over the unavoidable, the undeniable, but we also need to hear somebody else's perspective here. You're either wanting to talk to an ex, or you're wanting to talk to a friend who's known you for years and get their perspective on your journey, or you're wanting to just look back and be more realistic about what has already happened so that you can have a realistic understanding of what is likely to happen in the future. So with that being said, the Son of Pentacles brings a strong feeling of intention, purpose, and steady growth. In your love life currently, there is this feeling of it will happen. What you want can and will happen, but it's going to take time. It's not a race. Quality over quantity. And as long as you have what you want, you'll be happy. I see the Son of Pentacles as you stepping into this feeling of, well, this is what you're currently in. So we're not talking about something that will happen. It's been happening. This feeling of, I know what I want and I know it's going to happen. I don't want to worry about it, but I want to make sure that I'm staying on track in the grand scheme of things. And this is where we see Saturn's influence in Aquarius, because this is you showing accountability, showing commitment, showing consistency, not being able to fully relax and let your hair down because you're also trying to be disciplined. You're also trying to stay on track. You can't completely cut loose because you have goals. When it comes to love, if you're single, you can't throw everything out the window because you don't want to unravel the progress you've already made. And if you're in a relationship, you don't want to give up too soon or push them too much because you believe that what is meant to be will be. So I think the Son of Pentacles is the strong relationship between wanting more but respecting the process, getting annoyed at the process, but enjoying the fact that it doesn't have to all happen at once. Because at the end of the day, the less baggage, the better right now. So what I'm kind of seeing over here with the Star card and the Daughter of Wands is that interesting dynamic where your past is heavily influencing your present actions. You have a lot of hope for your future. You have an idealized version of what you would like in your future that doesn't reflect who you are now, but you're enjoying the fact that you can take your time to be that person. You don't have to be that person straight away. But what you're subconsciously realizing with the Daughter of Wands is that you've already outgrown who you thought you were. There are parts of you that have already changed, and you are telling yourself that you've got plenty of time, but the truth is you actually seem to be, what's the word? Further advanced than you think you are, like more changed than you think you are. I see with the Daughter of Wands that some things simply can't stay the same, even if you really want them to. You're delaying your own metamorphosis here for the sake of nostalgia, for the sake of sentimental attachment, stubbornness, and a fear of things happening too quickly. But that's okay. That's all human, can I say? So that is what I'm seeing in terms of what is happening now in your love life. Take what resonates. There are some really strong messages there. Some slightly like calling you out messages. So I do want to see what is happening next based on where you are now, based on this current energy. Let me just pack this up. Okay, let's shuffle this, but truth be told, I'm using a different deck for this part of your reading. We'll use this deck again in your extended reading, but for YouTube, we're actually using an old favorite of mine, the Hermetic Tarot deck by Godfrey Dowson. I haven't used this deck in a while. I found it again, counted the cards, and we have them all, so we're back. For my group 3s, please, Spirit, what is happening next in their love life? What is happening next in group 3's love life, please, Spirit? Ooh, here we go. We have the Knight of Cups. What is happening next in group 3's? Okay. We have the Nine of Pentacles. What is happening next, Spirit, in group 3's love life? Okay, we'll take both these cards. Princess of Pentacles and the Princess of Swords. Lots of pages. You guys may be in a fairly new relationship, or you're in a chapter that is still developing, because there are strong themes here of curiosity, learning, and experience being gained. Like, you're not expected to know everything. In this chapter of your love life, you're expected to be an apprentice, a student, someone who's developing and growing and learning and gaining skills as you go, which is a very interesting way of looking at love. There's practical life experience here, as well as character development and the opportunity to gain qualifications in love, which is crazy. You guys may be mentoring or being mentored, or you may just be an active learner where you're trying to level up your understanding of love. At the back of the deck is the Blasted Tower. Wow. So we got some Aries energy here, strong Mars energy, strong fire energy. This card does not play. I do want to say you're not the only group that got this card, so please don't panic. Just seems to be the collective push at the moment. I am filming this relatively close towards the full moon, which will be in Cancer. No. What is opposite Pisces? Virgo. Virgo full moon. Wow. Anyway, things are coming to a head. That's why I went to that tangent. What is next in your love life? Aries season seems to be significant. This chapter is about radical change, unexpected change, sudden change, fast change. Things moving quickly with the intention of removing any unstable, chaotic, destructive, or even harmful patterns, behaviors, people. If it is not for your highest good, it must end. Now, this is happening so that you can rebuild, so that you can create from a fresh blank slate a brand new foundation. For a lot of you, the Blasted Tower is changing to create more room in your life, to make it crystal clear that some things cannot grow with you. You are a student in this chapter. What's happening next in love for you is this moment where you get to be emotionally selective about who you take forward with you romantically. You get to be selective about your partner. You get to be selective about your actions, your gestures, because you need to be honest. No more sugarcoating. No more doing it because it makes them happy. You need to be honest. And really what we're looking at here is more Aquarius energy with some Pisces. Instead of empathizing, giving, and feeling what is best for other people, you need to think of self. Not because you're selfish, but because you're putting yourself first in this situation. Your love life is calling for you to actually reject somebody's advances. If you're single, this will be someone who you need to say no to. You need to let them down so that you can have the space to see what else is out there, so that they can see what else is out there. And for others of you, the same message could be applied in your current relationship. I'm actually feeling that for some, the problem isn't the person you're dating, it's the people around. They need to be set straight. There's someone who's affecting your love life who does not have genuine intentions. They do not appreciate what is best for you. They aren't looking at things from your perspective. They don't want what is right for you. They want what is right for them. They're thinking about themselves, because that is who they're responsible for. So rather than do what is best for them, you need to kind of put yourself in their shoes and go, okay, so I need to look after me. Not because this is tit for tat, but because this is about advocating for self when other people aren't advocating for you. Now, with that being said, not to make this a war of social intentions, but I do think that for some of you, this could be like a third-party situation where someone's imposing on your relationship or someone's imposing on your love life, and they're wanting things that they don't deserve, and they're taking too much, they're expecting too much. It's not reciprocated, or it's not beneficial, a mutually beneficial exchange. The Knight of Cups at the end of the day is about acknowledging insincere gestures. When someone's intentions don't align with their actions, and when their actions don't align with your intentions, you need to acknowledge that. This next chapter is about rejection for your divine protection. Now, the Nine of Pentacles brings it back to you. There's a strong feeling of self here from the beginning with the 11th house energy, and then all that Aquarius energy. And now again, Nine of Pentacles, the pinnacle of independence. This chapter of your love life is about feeling more secure in who you are and what you have and in what you offer. You do need to take better care of yourself in this next chapter. You'll have more time to do that as well. But you also need to think of what taking care of yourself looks like in terms of a future. How can you prioritize a plan for self, for your health, and for your success? Excuse me. What I am seeing with this Nine of Pentacles is more Virgo energy and Venus energy. I really think that this next chapter of love is more about how you lift yourself up and how you address your own needs and how you prioritize time for yourself. If you can do that, then you are automatically setting your other relationships up for success. Because when you do have the capacity to give to somebody else, to spend time with them and to pour love into them, you're doing so from a content, taken care of place. Like the overflowing cup that naturally wants to pour love into others rather than the empty cup that has nothing to give. This chapter in love is about creating more independence, more security. So for a lot of you, this is about ending a relationship and being single. Or this is about finding time for yourself within a relationship that is struggling so that you can get rid of whatever isn't working and build it up again from scratch. Now, the Princess of Pentacles and the Princess of Swords, they do have strong themes of being that student, that apprentice that I was talking about. The Princess of Pentacles specifically mentions you being kind of like a student of life here who's gaining life experience and love qualifications that you can use. You do want to keep an open mind in this next chapter in love, and it's important that you see yourself as someone who is growing. Who you are now and who you'll be in the near future is not who you'll be forever. This chapter of your love life is about steady growth. And the Princess of Pentacles encourages you to stay open-minded and curious, to consider developing other aspects of your life, because they do affect your love life. Making more time for your health and well-being, making more time for your career progression, for your sense of purpose in the material world. Making more time for your family, your friends. Making more time for your other plans seems to be a very important part of your love life. This next chapter is also cautioning you against rushing commitments in love. I feel like somebody's going to do something dramatic here where they're afraid to lose you, group 3, because you are unique. You're probably incredibly attractive as well. And they may try to offer you something to get you to stay, like an engagement. It's really important that you don't rush things. I'm seeing with the Princess of Swords a hasty, childish attempt at slowing down the change that won't last. It could even be a message or a desperate act, but it's not going to change anything. The tower is crumbling. Change is happening. Now, for someone who has a lot of Aquarius energy in their reading, you don't have to worry about the tower. The tower is working for you. It's going to affect other people more. It's going to affect the way other people interact with you, because some people are going to be afraid of this change. They're going to think, I'm going to lose my Aquarius, my group 3. And just watch them be desperate, because if somebody is meant to be in your life and if you really want them to be there, they don't have to do this. I see, much like this tower, people throwing themselves out of the building to be dramatic and get your attention. Princess of Swords reversed. It's childish, it's petty. It's a waste of time. The Princess of Pentacles upright. This next chapter is about growth. It's about getting better. Making your life better, making your choices better. And being able to see your life go somewhere rather than feeling like it's just stuck. So this next chapter is pretty big, sweets. There's some big themes here. I have a weird sense of peace. We're looking at some pretty crazy energy, and I have such a strong sense of peace for you. In your present energy, we've got the Judgment card, I'm pretty sure. Let me refresh my memory. Yes, it was Judgment in this deck. So I do think that you have loved ones on the other side who are guiding you, who are sending you messages. Ask them. Say, grandma, granddad, mum, auntie, uncle, ancestor, whoever it is, please send me a sign. Let me know that this reading is real. And I'm also hearing the word Hector. That could be significant. Let me know that this reading is real. Give me a sign that everything's going to be okay. Because despite the chaos, despite the change, I just feel so much peace for you. I feel like things are really changing for the better, and there are some big changes to your lifestyle. We're looking at you getting to a place where you may be even losing some friends because you're losing a relationship. You may be needing to reinvent yourself, your interests. But things will be better, and they'll be better quickly because of this radical Aquarian energy. Now the Cup energy here, you should accept valid criticism, is asking for you to surround yourself with people who are honest, who are supportive and who have your best interest at heart, not yes men. You don't need people who tell you, yes, that's exactly what you should do, because they want to be liked by you. You need people who are real, authentic, genuine. Just like this interesting relationship between the chip teapot and the chip teacup and the teapot in Beauty and the Beast. It's like a parent-child dynamic, but I don't think that is his mother. I don't know what happened there in the movie. If you know, let me know. But that's what I'm seeing for you, Group 3. Now, when do I expect this to happen? Aries season was significant. This is a transition period. It's not meant to last long. What is next in love for you is the process of building yourself up, cultivating your success, and gaining invaluable life experience that can support your entire goals, but especially your relationships and your love life. The whole point of this is to remove dead weight, baggage, and to create stability is what I wanted to say. I'm like, where does stable come from? So that is what I'm seeing for you. And let us close your reading by getting some advice. We will use this deck first. Spirit, for my Group 3s, what advice do you have for them in terms of what is next in love? What advice do you have for Group 3, Spirit, in terms of what is next in love? Okay, we will take it. 7 of Pentacles, good things take time. At the back of the deck is Fortitude. Wow, okay. How do I feel about this? My lord. I'm going to shuffle another deck as well, but I can't put these cards down yet. I'm getting a bit tired, so I got to work extra hard for the messages. Interesting. Yeah, the number 8 is really significant for you because it represents momentum, change, and just how much life can change. Because in this situation, you're being asked to have grace, like to be patient with yourself, to give yourself grace. Be raw, be real. Don't be pretty. Who cares what you look like? Be honest, be authentic, be real. And when I talk about have grace, I mean hold grace for yourself. Don't try to look a certain way while you're watching your life burn. You know what I mean? While it's all coming down, be the daughter of the flaming sword. Be honest, be real. I'm even hearing be vengeful, be authentic, be expressive, let it out. The 7 of Pentacles is encouraging you from this point in the reading to have patience for how life is going to look. A lot can happen. I think that your life is going to undergo some incredible changes this year. We see Taurus again on this card, as well as Saturn. There are some radical shifts happening with all of this Aquarius energy, but really, I also see stability. I also see material success, financial success. I see you maybe buying a home this year, Group 3, laying down roots and cultivating your own version of stability that works for you. I see you maintaining a lifestyle that is lucrative and flexible, having a routine that is invested in looking after yourself first and foremost. I see you having people around you who love you and care about you, even if that isn't a romantic partner. The whole point right now when this reading has found you is to embrace what is happening so that you can get further ahead, so that you can enjoy what is next. Let the tower come crashing down with love for self above all. Leo could be significant as well. The number 8 and the symbolism of that lion being tamed. Maybe even I'm seeing like the Welsh flag, St. George as well, with the lion on it. It's just the beast energy of this emblem. All right, Spirit, when it comes to advice for Group 3's highest self in terms of their highest good, what advice do you have for Group 3 for their highest good? Okay, you have the Lovers card. More Gemini energy. Ooh, it's time to go. 8 of Cups at the back of the deck. It is time to leave behind. Now, some of you are walking away from a situation that you still hold love for, and that's fine. You don't have to leave with hate, although some people are angry. It's just about choosing yourself, being your own advocate in a situation where other people are putting themselves first as well. This can be as petty or messy as you want it to be, but just put yourself first right now. In your present moment, your love life is encouraging you to gain momentum so that you can move forward. Even if you don't know where you're going next in love, focus on yourself, focus on doing what feels right for you, and focus on the people who you do still have, who can support you. Any small, meaningful distraction is helpful. I also think you need to find ways to ground and purge. Purge heavy energy, purge fear, purge doubt. Purge any hate towards self or others. Cry it out, scream it out, exercise it out, sweat it out. But just get it out so that you're not letting it fester or suppressing it into something worse. With the Lovers card reversed, I do think that you could benefit from some advice from a loving yet real person telling you it is what it is. But you also need to be that person for yourself as well. That's what I see for you, my Group 3s. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to have to end your YouTube reading there so we can go into the extended while I still have daylight to film. In your extended reading, we're having a look at who is changing your love life. Now, you can find this neatly typed down below if you want to read that instead. In your extended, we'll look at who is changing your love life, what type of person are they, who are they to you, and how will you see them? Are they in your life already? And what are they changing plus why? So this all helps us understand what is next in love. If you want those messages, the link to the extended readings is down below in the description box. Click on that link and then make sure you select the right group on my website. You'll remember your Group 3 of this reading. Sweet souls, I appreciate you so much for being here. Thank you for supporting me and what I do on YouTube. I appreciate your time and your energy and all of your support. As we part ways, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead. Bye.